I did so much talking today. I don't even know what to say. See, I'm working my lashes. See, this one's starting to come out. So I did tons of talking today, and I talked with my husband. This is not going to stay. There we go. I think we'll hold for the next 10 minutes. So I had a client today, and I talked to my husband today, and the topic was about lingerie, photo shoots, affairs, really juicy stuff. Oh my, lion, tigers, and bears. Oh my. Except this is lingerie, photo shoots, affairs. Oh my. And it's so funny. So I was talking to one of my clients today, and we talked about lingerie and how it feels to wear lingerie, and does it feel awkward and weird, or does it feel like you're attractive and sexy? And I alluded to it being kind of like in a photo shoot. And I had a photo shoot last week that my coach, my life coach, and her husband provide for us with full-blown hair and makeup, wardrobe, photography, the whole works, right? And I thought I was going to go get some headshots, and it turned out that we were getting a full-blown photo shoot, and the gift was so much more than a whole bunch of beautiful pictures. The gift, as I later found out, was also for me to be really uncomfortable outside of my comfort zone, and for me to step into what it felt like to be awkward and weird. And if I chose to be weird, and if I continued to be weird, like, is that something, an energy that I wanted to step into? Is that how I would like to continue to be? Or did I desire to have transformation? Did I desire to be really natural in front of the camera and be a person comfortable with, like, the fan blowing with wind, and this amazing photo shoot with total full expression and freedom and natural movement, me being natural in front of the camera, whether or not the camera is there, me being fully expressed somehow, and it getting captured on camera so that the person that sees the picture gets to see the essence of who I am. I didn't get that. But I get that now that I've done some time to sit and think about it. And I was thinking, when I was talking to my client about lingerie and how I feel when I step into some lingerie. I can choose to feel that it's awkward and weird, or I can choose to feel sensuous and attractive and sexy or something. Like, that's a choice. That is an energy shift. That is deciding, like, if I step into a piece of lingerie, or if I step into the photo shoot, am I going to do a half-assed job and be awkward and weird and then let it go and say, that's it, I felt awkward and weird, I'm never doing this again? Or do you know that when you feel awkward and weird, it's actually a choice, and then you can choose to say, you know what, I think I'm not being real, being awkward and weird. I'm actually putting up this protective mechanism, and instead I'm going to embrace it. I'm going to do something that's outside of my comfort zone. I'm going to try it on for size. And if I weren't awkward and weird, and if I actually liked it, how would I be, right? Like Lauren and Kelly, they're like behind these cameras, and they're telling me to be like natural and get into these poses and put on some badass pleather pants and just own it, right? Really own it and be really natural. And I was like, this is so weird, I hate this. Like, that's how I felt, and that's how I acted. And when I looked at the pictures that Kelly showed me, that looked like what I was doing. It looked like I was feeling really awkward and weird and uncomfortable, and I was totally resisting it. But then when I sat with it and I thought about it, and I listened to Lauren's video, and she talked about how, hey, it took her 6 sessions to be like a pro in front of the camera. I sat there and I made the connection today when I sat and talked with my client, and I realized that it was actually a choice to be not awkward and weird, but a choice to be outside of my safety comfort zone of being awkward, weird, but actually being outside of that, which is outside my comfort zone, and say, okay, so if I were not being awkward and weird, and I was being self-expressed, and I was being natural, and I desired for Lauren and Kelly to capture the best of me behind my camera, like, what does it take? Like, I noticed that if I held like a cute fuzzy animal next to my face, I'd be like, oh, this animal is so cute, and like more of myself would be revealed. And so that was something that you can shift and step into. So I highly recommend it. I highly recommend that you get in a photo shoot so you can see how you feel, and then make a conscious choice to decide if you are going to stay in that energy or if you're going to shift out of it and step into a different energy, even if you know that it is going to be an energy that is outside of your typical zone of comfort, because that's where the growth and the expansion. And then you also learn, hey, I kind of like it. I like being a natural in front of the camera. Like, I might like wearing lingerie. I might enjoy skiing, even though it was really scary as heck at first, and then now it's really fun and scary and exhilarating, but still fun. Like, it's outside of the comfort zone, but it's fun. So to me, the lingerie and the photo shoot was they were just perfect analogies for one another. I had a client that she was just resisting the crap out of it, and so instead of me telling it was right or wrong, or like she should wear lingerie, she shouldn't wear lingerie, or whatever, it was like, well, if you could choose to be awkward and weird, or you can choose to be natural and embrace it, like, could you step into that different form of energy, even though it's not usual for your typical usual behavior, because it's outside of your comfort zone. It's an area of growth and expansion. It's really powerful. It was such a simple shift. My coach says all the time, she's like, will you just freaking own it? Will you step into that freaking energy? Like, do it. And I was like, what is she talking about? There is no doing. There is no shifting. You just, like, I don't get it. And then when she and her husband gave me the gift of the photo shoot, I understood that, oh yeah, there is something to shift. There is a different way to be. And actually it's a conscious choice. It's actually a choice and a creation that you have, that you possess, this power you possess, and you can own it and do it, or you can choose to be in your shell of uncomfortableness and awkwardness. Or comfortness, I guess. It's not uncomfortable to be awkward and weird because you're used to being that way. And then I had the most profound realization today with my suspicions about my husband and him having affairs. And so the other day, my coach, she said something to me that was so hard to hear for me. When I listened to the replay, it was a tough pill to swallow. And she said something very profound, but she always speaks to me from a place of love, just like I speak to my clients with a place of love. And so it's always received with love, because that is the intention that we set for each of our calls, that we listen and we speak from our heart and our soul. And our client hears and listens with their heart and soul, and it resonates with their heart and soul for their expansion and their growth and for all that is aligned for them. So knowing all that, she tells me that when I am not sharing myself fully with my husband, it is one of the most inauthentic versions of myself I could possibly portray and share with him, with the very person that I am married to, which is really, really harsh and really, really hard for me to take. And so it took something to sit there and be with it and truly hear what she was saying. And I thought about it and I processed it and I sat with it for a long time, and I went home and I had a really deep, profound conversation with my husband. But today, during my client call with my client, I made the connection of me being suspicious that Everett is having an affair, and how I portray myself in the marriage. When I wasn't fully sharing myself in the marriage, when I only shared with him the best parts of me and not all my inner dialogue, my inner doubts, my inner judgments, like all the world and stuff that I have going on with me because I was afraid that he would not love me, he would not accept me, was me not being fully in the relationship. So if I was not fully in the relationship, then where was another part of me? Where is the rest of me? Was it out gallivanting, having an affair? Why else would I think that Everett is having an affair? He is a mirror for me. So why would I suspect this guy is having an affair? It's because I wasn't in the marriage completely. So of course I would think my husband is not in the marriage completely. I would think if he's not with me 100%, then who is he with? And where is the rest of him? Where's the remaining 25%? He must be off having an affair. It makes perfect sense, right? And so I was thinking, he's not a mirror for me. There's no way I'm having an affair. I'm a up and up kind of person. I'm a standing individual that prides myself in being faithful and straight and all that stuff. But what I did not see was my suspicions of him having an affair was actually a mirror for me to see that I wasn't fully in the marriage. I was not completely in the marriage. I was not completely sharing myself completely in the marriage. And I manifest every single day. I have freedom. I have complete freedom. I have complete freedom and total abundance. I have complete freedom and total abundance. I have complete freedom and total abundance. And for a while, I thought freedom meant financial freedom. But I also learned over time that freedom was also the freedom to fully express yourself. Really fully express yourself. You know, there's not a version of you at work. There's not a different version of you at home. There's not a different version of you with your mom. When you are fully yourself, you are okay with sharing yourself fully and saying what there is to say from a place of love, and get ready to clean anything up that might need cleaning up. And it's freeing. It's so freeing. Like after I had that conversation with my husband and I shared that I had these judgments and I had these doubts and I had like these fears and I was fearful that I wouldn't get fully accepted and all this stuff, is when I feel like I let the cat out of the bag and anything I say after this is not going to matter, because he's like, dude, like she already shared with me that she has all these inner demons, all this turmoil, all this fear, all this stuff that is hers. And if she shares any more stuff, it's not going to be surprising stuff, because she's sharing a lot of herself with me. And so then I'm like, I'm safe now. I can share what there is to say. I can say what there is to say, and then see how he responds and not predict how he's going to respond. And then if there's stuff to clean up, there's stuff to adjust, there's stuff to tweak, there's stuff to clarify, then we do that, because your intention is to build your relationship with the person you're having the conversation with. You're building that connection, you're building that intimacy, you are building that bond. You know, like we know that we're all these souls on this planet, we're all connected, we're all one big family, we're all oneness. And yet we think we have this fear that if I truly share myself, and if I say stuff and I offend somebody, then that's the end of it. It's going to blow up in my face, and that's the end of that. But what if instead you try to emphasize, I'm going to share what I share, and it always comes from a place of love. And if there is any misunderstanding, if there's any stuff that blows up or things perceived as blowing up, that there is also the power of having further conversations for clarification and for cleanup and for details and for nuances and for explanations and a deeper understanding, so that you actually even have a stronger relationship with each other. Because then you actually get the other person more, and the other person gets you more. And it's not some drowned out, diluted version of you because you're trying to tweak and adjust to temper for the other person. It's merely you being yourself fully, and then seeing how that person responds, and then having a continual exchange of energy back and forth to really know each other and understand each other and have each other build your relationship. So strong. It's like, if you don't want to wear the lingerie, you can have your conversation with your husband about the lingerie and talk about it, and then see what it is. Because it's never just about the lingerie. It's about, why do we have lingerie? Do we need the lingerie? Do we desire to have the lingerie? And did something shift in our relationship? How do you see the lingerie? How do I see the lingerie? How do you view our intimacy? How do you view our sex life? How do you feel about our marriage? Like, what is it? There is more bonding here. There's more relationship building here. There's more foundation here. There is more strength and relationship to be built here for your connection. So powerful, so profound today. So that's all I had. It's time to go work out and then eat food and go to sleep. But I was so excited about today, and it was just wonderful stuff to share with you. And as you know, if you don't already know, I'm a life coach. If you're looking for a deeply transformed, profoundly meaningful, infinitely powerful, just a really fulfilling life, and it sounds great, and you have no idea how to access it, you have no idea how to get there, a life coach would help you in that area. Hold on, let me open the door for Ava. Hi, Ava. Say hi, Ava. She is holding a hippie. Hippies. Yes, so if you're looking for that transformation, you're looking for that fulfillment, you're looking for that meaning in your life, and you have no earthly idea how to live it, you just know that you feel lost, and you feel exhausted, and you feel like you've lost yourself in a way, that is the power of hiring a life coach. I mean, if you met me months ago, before I hired a life coach in my life, and you would see my low energy and my outlook on my life and how lifeless I was in a way because I wasn't truly living, then you would be astounded to see the energy I brought to you today. And the energy that I had with my client, the energy I had with having my conversation with my husband about sharing myself fully and talking powerfully about money and spending money on life coaching. Never a conversation I thought I would have a powerful one with, and I did. I had a very powerful one today, and it was very profound. So, if you're looking to live that kind of life, one that is transformed, one that is deeply fulfilling, one that is amazing, magnificent, profound, something rolled on the floor, reach out to me and let's talk. Let's do a free session together. Let's get to know each other, see if we're a right fit for one another, because it sounds like you might be ready to have a life coach in your life. Sending you love, light, and profound intimacy in all your relationships. Can you say bye, Ava? Here's you living a soul elevated life, and I'll see you tomorrow.